Cool Hand Podcast, something you got to deal with. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host. My name is Q. I was chopping it up with somebody over the past couple months, and this is the subject that we're going to be talking about. And this person has honestly low key inspired, not inspired another topic from the review of their project, because everything that I'm going to talk about in this later segment does not all the way apply to this individual. But what I have to say today on this episode is this is a different episode. This is a different type of Cool Hand podcast. Now, to get straight into what we're going to be talking about for this episode, it's a review. We're going to review Recorded History by Mychal Blane, and this is a collab project with Mychal from the Woods. Now, this project is 7 tracks long. It was released on SoundCloud, so it's one of those mysterious and hidden projects that you're going to have to go find. I'll leave a link in the description of the YouTube video, or if it's in the Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to the Cool Hand podcast, I'll be sure to leave a link so you can find this project and listen to it. Now, I've been in communication with Mychal Blane here and there over the past few months, and I was aware that he was going to be dropping a project when it dropped, and we had talked about maybe the potential for doing a review. And the thing about these reviews is it all started with me just reviewing songs, projects, stuff that I enjoyed listening to, and that I thought, you know what, I can talk about this. I can make a subject out of this. I can do this. I can do that. Now, I've gotten requests to do reviews before, and I've granted those requests. Like, yeah, I can talk about this. But the thing is, I like to keep things positive on this show because this is a hobby. I really don't get paid for this. To this day, fun fact, I've made $6 and some change in the past 2.5 years that I've been doing this on. Maybe 2 years. The point is, I don't get no chicken off of this podcast. So it's all me. It's all for my fun, for my hobby, something to fill some type of hobby void in my life. But anyway, this project comes out, and I'm just going to preface this that I wasn't completely feeling it. It wasn't all the way my type of project to listen to. Didn't love it. Okay, and we're going to talk about some highs and lows, in my personal opinion, with this project. But I was hollering at Mychal Blane, and I said, hey, bro, check this out. You know, I listened, and, you know, woo woo. It really wasn't my cup of tea. It really wasn't the joint that, yeah, I mean, it's like that. Would you still want to review? Because we talked about it. We had talked about it prior to his project coming out. And he said, you know, hey, I'm with the honesty. I still want you to talk about it. So I'm going to be honest. So this is going to be a different type of review. We're not going to bash nothing. We're not going to do none of that, because at the same time, this individual put a lot of work into it. No matter, you got people who think certain Kanye West albums is weak. And I would disagree with them, but that's their personal opinion. So, Recorded History, 7 tracks long. It was released on SoundCloud, and it's not too long. It's not too long. The longest song here is the intro, which is 5 minutes and 9 seconds long. So all of the songs are normal song length. You know, within that, I would probably say like the average is probably around like 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So nice length of the songs. Now, you have Mychal Blane and you have Mychal from the Woods, and this Mychal from the Woods person is somebody who's new to me. I just recently started checking them out, and he has a distinctive style, and Mychal Blane has a distinctive style. Oh, sorry, I just hit my equipment. You can hear that. But Mychal from the Woods has I wouldn't have a comparison for him. Maybe the closest thing, like, you can think of some Earl Sweatshirt or Eminem influences. That's what I would say. His sound is kind of influenced by their flows, their cadences, not cadences, their flows, their rhyme schemes, flows, style. No idea is original. We all know that, and we get influenced by a plethora of things, artists, and creative people. Now, Michael Blane, though, he has, I think he has a good grip on flows and things like that. But getting into the project, we have the first song, and I'm not going to talk about every song. We're going to make this kind of brief and get into another subject that spawned from this project, some thoughts that pre-existing thoughts that I had that spawned from this project. This project made me think of something else. So Michael from the Woods is on this project, but he's kind of featured. It's a collaborative project, but when you listen to this, a lot of Michael's verses are shorter than Michael Blane's verses. So it's kind of like Michael Blane featuring Michael from the Woods on here. So we have this first song, and this is a good example of that. The first song, Everybody Knows. And it sounds like they're talking about a romantic relationship that each one raps, but Michael raps the longest. And just to get straight to the point with this project, I'm not going to break down every single song because I'm just going to name the what I found good about this and some of the things that I struggled to latch on to. Now, for one, Michael Blane is, I would say, a strong point of his is wordplay. He does a lot of what they call in battle rap schemes, where you are continuously using word association and making it all make sense. Like he's using he says like principal, and he's talking about school things a lot in a specific song, but he's not specifically talking about school. He's using metaphors and similes to use the words that associate with school, teachers, principals. He might have used the word substitute at a certain point. Michael Blane uses a lot of different aspects that contribute to lyricism. I saw onomatopoeia on this album, metaphor, similes, as I've mentioned before, punchlines. These are things that all contribute to lyricism. And Michael from the Woods on this project, he does a lot of back-to-back rhymes. Back-to-back rhymes in a cut of time that it, like I can't give a good example right now, but that's one of the strong points that I got from Michael Blane. And also, there's passion in this project. There's passion in this project. I can tell that Michael Blane appreciates hip hop. I can tell that he does take it seriously. I can tell that he is a student. He is a student of the game. He uses some quotes or some sound bites. It sounds like it's from Kendrick Lamar about wanting to continuously drop good music and be a factor in the game, so to speak. So this is somebody who does take the craft seriously. This is the thing, because I just I'm really trying to like extend this, but there's not too much to extend with this. Michael Blane uses some type of, I'm gonna call it an outer space effect. It sounds like this project was recorded in outer space. That's what I call it. I believe there's an appropriate term in the engineer world. There's some type of effect on his voice that, for me, it takes away from what he's actually saying. When I say outer space voice or outer space effect, there is this, in my opinion, I don't even have to say in my opinion. If I'm stating it, it is an opinion. If I say something that is a fact, that it's a fact, but we all know, I think we learned what facts and opinions were when I was in first grade. So I'm not going to do all this my opinion stuff. This outer space effect, it sounds like there's a lot like this weird echo, and it's like this overdubbed echo, as if you're watching Star Trek, like greetings, greetings, greetings. Like I don't know, it's an outer space thing, and I just was not feeling it. And the thing is, as I'm really listening, and this is the thing, you have to get past this echo outer space effect to hear what he's saying. And sometimes the beats overpower not only his vocals, but you have this beat that's on here, and you have this echo effect, and then you have him rapping. It's like the echo effect, this outer space effect, and his actual vocals are two different things. And I'm thinking, like, I'm listening to this project. I've listened to it about 3 times. And I'm thinking, okay, oh, I just caught a bar. Oh, I just caught a bar. But sometimes it was hard to really latch on to him actually rapping because there's so much noise surrounding his vocals. That was one thing. And I'm like, man, like I really can't get all the way down with this because it's distracting. It became distracting to me. And I'm not an engineer. I don't care to be no engineer. I'm not going to say I don't care about none of that stuff because obviously I do when I feel like certain things are too loud or the beat is just, it's like you're battling the beat. Your vocals, your effects, and your beat are all battling for first place. That's what it seems like to me. So, and I hate to say it, it was just distracting to me. And that was one of my gripes. Another thing is we have Mychal from the Woods, and I like his style. I like Mychal from the Woods, and once again, I do appreciate Michael Blaine's his use of metaphor similes. Like I said, onomatopoeia. He's scheming. Like he's saying some stuff that only certain people will pick up. Like I can tell this. I can tell he's tuned into subsets of hip hop and things like that. He had like a conceited bar, and he said like slow it down, conceited. That's a battle rapper who says like slow it down. I just dissed you. So that's like a niche thing that certain people will pick up, and you appreciate those things. It like that you see that he puts in time and he thinks things out when he's writing. The mic presence to me on Michael Blaine's part was not all the way there. I don't know if it had to do with this echo outer space effect, but when he and Mychal from the Woods were on tracks together, Mychal from the Woods stood out. His vocals stood out more than Michael Blaine's. We'll go back to that first song. What was that first song? Everybody Knows, where Michael Blaine raps for like the majority of the song, and Mychal from the Woods raps second for just a little bit. I don't even know if his verse was a minute long. But when I walked away from that song, I'm like, man, like Blane rapped for a grip. Like he rapped for a while, and he was rapping his heart out too. Like he was going on and on. And for me, Mychal from the Woods verse stood out more. There's a certain amount of personality that's in Mychal from the Woods voice. Even on later songs, there's an aggression that he has sometimes that I'm like, okay, I like that. Something that you can latch onto, something that you can walk away from this project with and think, oh, this Mychal from the Wood kid is gone places. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. I think all in all, that effect was throwing me off, man. That effect, it was just too much. It was overused for me. It's like, okay, how much longer am I going to have to listen to this NASA effect, the astronaut effect? So, and that's what you don't want as somebody who does want their lyrics to be heard. I would imagine they want you to hear what they're saying. This is what I would imagine. Now, obviously, he wanted this effect on there. He's been working on this project and he put it out as it is. But I don't know. I don't know. I would have to get into the mind of Michael Blaine to really figure out what he was completely going for. And that's the thing. Artists' intentions are always different. He may say, all right, you know what? I thought y'all wouldn't be feeling it, but that's what I like. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. I know that as an artist, as even me as a podcaster, as a fake podcaster, because this is a hobby, you want people at the end of the day. I do this for me. This is fun. I've spent a lot of money on a hobby, and ain't nobody really watching this. Let's just I keep it real. Ain't nobody watching this. And do I want people to watch it? Yes. But at the end of the day, if nobody watched it, and virtually nobody really watches this, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep buying new gear. I'm going to keep doing things because this is what I like. There's there's only so much that I can do to try to appease other people. If you're not doing it for yourself, if you're not doing it for your own well-being, ain't nobody trying to get rich off rap. Ain't nobody trying to get rich off podcasting. I got a day job, bro. I'll tell you what time it is right now. It is 12 a.m. This is facts. You can't see that, but it's 12 a.m. right now. I had a long day, and I said, I planned on doing a podcast today. I'm going to do it. And so here I am at 12 a.m. Took a shower. I set my lights up. Like, I do this at the end of the day for me. And Mychal Blane is going to do what Mychal Blane wants to do if that's what makes Mychal Blane happy. Everybody has opinions. Everybody has opinions. So it's 7 tracks long. I really invite you to listen to it if you have any differing opinions, because at the end of the day, I'm one person and I have one opinion. And of course, other people's opinions may be contrary to mine. And they think, well, I love the effect. I thought Mychal Blane was really getting off on every song, and I could hear his vocals perfectly. There must be something wrong with your goofy ears, boy. So it could be like that. The features were cool. Omni, I'll just touch on the features real quick. The features were nice. Omni, he's a real talented guy. I like his voice. I like his style. We had Tavon Casey, who killed it. He barred up the whole his whole verse. He was barred up. There was another guy on there I never heard of until this project. I believe his name is Jay the Kid. Shout out to Jay the Kid. He had a nice little verse too. So shout out to all the features. It was nice, and that's that. But what this made me think about, and this is pretty much a message to everybody who raps. Who am I to have an opinion? But I'll say this. For rappers, when they are doing what they're doing and they're writing down these bars, and they're like, you might be writing down these bars and you might think like this is the hottest stuff in the world. If it is not digestible, nobody is going to care. And when I say nobody, not necessarily 0 people. More so, you may not get the reaction that you want or expect. I feel like a good artist to use as an example is Wale. I feel like a few years ago, Wale felt he wasn't getting the looks that he should be getting for his album. And Wale is not I like Wale. I'm a Wale supporter. But I can listen to a song. I can listen to Wale, but I wouldn't expect everybody else in America, I'll use America as an example, to listen to it. And then you compare it with somebody like a Drake. We use Drake as the highest level. And though the subject matter is different, they're on different levels. Wale's music isn't the same as Drake's music, and that's for a reason. I think Wale's music will usually have a little more substance, where Drake's music, he figured out the formula, and he figured out how to be, I'm going to use this word, lyrical. Drake figured out how to be lyrical, whether you like it or not. He knows how to put this stuff together. Drake knows how to put this stuff together, like it or not. Drake figured out how to be lyrical and put it in the mainstream. He also learned how to put up just straight trash. And when I say straight trash, just straight pop gimmick trash, and let it go on the Billboard charts and run them numbers up, run your money up. But my point in saying that is, as some of these rappers like Drake, when you hear Drake, you listen to the comeback seasons. You listen to the So Far Gones. Even you listen to, he had another one before comeback season of him, like, oh man, I can't think. Room for improvement. Room for improvement. Drake was rapping his little heart out back in the day. He was rapping his little heart out. And back in the day, that's what got you signed. That's the thing. Back in the day, if you had bars, just straight bars, and you could rap, that got you on. That's what got you on. From my view, because I came up. I was born in '93. Came up. Kanye, Jay-Z was still hot. All that stuff. But he was a spitter. You could listen to his old stuff, and he was just all bars, and you can tell that there was that hunger. But after a while, those bars and those metaphors and similes only get you so far. They only get you so far. And there's a difference between being a good rapper and a good song maker. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are missing. That's what a lot of rappers are missing. And I can have the game all messed up. Some of these guys just might want to rap. Maybe they're not in a place where they want to make songs or understand that they have to make songs. It's like, well, my bars were fire. Where's the love? You could be saying the hottest stuff in the world, but I'm not trying. Like you think sometimes people ain't trying to be rapped to all the time. You think about somebody like Kendrick Lamar now. He was rapping. He had the C4 joint. He had the overly dedicated joint, especially that C4 joint. I'm gonna talk about the C4 joint. He's rapping his little heart out, all sorts of bars. He don't really do that now. Now with Kendrick, it's more so he's telling stories. He's speaking to people. He's talking to people. He's saying things that people will latch on to. His delivery. Come on. Like it's not all about, and it's gonna sound absurd, but with these songs, that's the thing. You separate rap from the actual song, the output, which you're actually getting out. They're making music to repeat. How many times do you're with a bunch of people and y'all start spontaneously singing Corey Gunn's "Word to My Mama"? I'm out of my llama bean. Don't want to see what that drama mean. Get some drama mean llamas. Y'all don't all start singing that simultaneously together. But if I said da da, all my life I had to fight, you could get a bunch of people and probably some random strangers start singing "All Right" with you. I think I made my point already. I think I'm at this point I'm beating a dead horse, but it just made me think how in relation to Michael Blaine's album, how I'm thinking, man, like I know he was doing his thing on this project, and there were some aspects and some things on the project that really didn't want to invite me back to it. But the thing is, you have to ask yourself why. What about the project is off-putting to you? And those were the things that I came up with. Sometimes the beat was overpowering. The beat is clashing with his vocals and the vocal effects, and that was the main thing. And also, I felt his presence was being usurped. Is that the word? Usurp? USURP? Usurped by Mychal from the Woods. I really do encourage you to check this out because I want you to, because I want you to give this project a listen, and you can and listen to Michael Blane, because I wasn't quoting any bars or anything in here, but he does know how to piece these bars together, and he does know how to use wordplay. That's the thing. He ain't no bum. Michael Blane is not no bum. Don't get the game confused. Like, he's not no bum. He's not no noodle to this. Like, you can tell he's been working. And obviously, if that's what he put out, that's what he wanted to put out. He don't have to make, that's the thing. He didn't drop this album and say, I want the Cool Hand podcast to like this. No, he put out what he liked. All facts. And I think that's all I'll say. Hopefully this made some sense to you. Whoever's listening, shout out to Michael Blane. Shout out to Mychal from the Woods. Well, and we're gonna look forward to what's coming next. So I appreciate everybody for listening. This is the Cool Hand Podcast. Something you got to deal with easy.